Hey guys, it's Steve and Greg for the Command Table. This is episode 5.
Cinco.
We're
I'm
making
back.
it. We're making it. Yeah, Greg was absent last 2 weeks ago. He was sick, unfortunately.
Yep, didn't want to come down and get everyone else sick.
But we,
Steve has no problem getting people sick. That's probably where I got it.
We made sure he survived. We brought him some chicken noodle soup and stuff, and he made it.
Yep.
Here we are. We're going to talk about Hour of Devastation, kind of our pre-release feelings, and some of the cards that we thought, once again, talking about EDH stuff as far as what we think works really well in the format.
Because of the title, that's what we do. EDH, Commander Table.
Yeah.
I know myself, once I really got involved in Commander EDH, whenever a new set come out, the spoilers come out, you start looking for the Commander cards that you think are really going to embellish what you already got. Maybe a new deck, maybe, new ideas, utilizing new cards with old cards,
Yeah.
Your thought on that?
Yeah, even going back as far as the last set, there's a lot of really cool -1/-1 counter interaction stuff with Patra. I mean, that's just like the first thing that came to my mind when I started seeing some of these cards, like that spider that we talked about.
Right.
Like, it just puts a whole bunch of -1/-1 counters on it, other creatures whenever it deals combat damage to them, and then gains you life and loses them life, so that's a trigger each time that happens. Some cool stuff. What else? There was another one in particular that I saw.
But they did do something with white.
Yep.
And they gave you an enchantment that you can't put counters on stuff.
Yeah.
So it's funny that they still print things that now. Well, I mean, I utilize that one card where you put a -1 counter, -1 counter on your creatures to destroy another creature.
Yeah.
But if you had the white thing out, you wouldn't get that counter, but you sure still get to destroy that creature.
Well, it's funny. I didn't think about even pulling Solemnity up in our card images. Yeah, that card is ridiculous. It's gonna be. I know a lot of people are more talking about it for like modern and stuff like that, but I mean, it definitely has a place in EDH.
It's cheap, wasn't that one black and white?
Are we talking about the same card?
The black card that you put a -1 counter on one of your creatures and
see, I'm talking about Solemnity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the black card.
Yeah, you're talking about the enchantment, the white.
Yeah, you're talking about the removal spell.
Yeah,
it's like 2 black and two colorless and a black sorcery speed spell that destroys target creature with a -1, or put a -1/-1 counter on one of your creatures and then destroy target creature. Is that the one you're talking about?
I thought it was only 2, but yeah, maybe it was 3.
Yeah, I mean, I had it in my pool for our. I got to play a Grixis deck. It didn't go very well though. I got mana screwed the first time, and then the second time our game went too long, and I never found Nicobolus because I was able to pull him. But anyway. I never had a creature to put it on just because my deck was mainly spell heavy, and I didn't realize that it needed a creature to have that until I was playing it, and I was just like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah.
But
I was playing a couple of defenders, which it didn't hurt.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, there's so many 0/5s and stuff like that in this block,
exactly.
which is kind of funny.
And I actually, the 1/2 mana creator.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just turned it into a 0/1. So it was making me mana. I wasn't blocking with it.
I mean, if you have like this energy where you have like the chick that puts takes -1/-1 counters off herself to make whatever color you want.
Yeah.
I mean, that works out really well.
Yeah.
Well,
that was Amaket, though, that one, right?
Yeah, but I mean, since you had the 2 Amonkhet packs, you had the chance. I know that in our seal pull on mine and Eric's 2-headed giant game, we actually pulled a foil one, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I know I changed up on my, I think on my pre-release Sunday. I didn't play 2-headed giant then, but I started off with a 4-color deck, and I put 1 green land in there, desert.
Yeah.
Because I was utilizing deserts, which was another aspect which I don't know will go into EDH much because it's pretty limited.
I mean, unless you're playing 5 colors, I mean, that gets you, I think, 4. Well, there's more than 14, but 14 just from this set, because there's 4 colorless desert lands, and then there's, I believe, 10 colored desert lands.
Right, and there's the desert from Amaket, too.
Yeah, there's a few there, but I mean, I don't know if it's really worth pushing.
It's feasible,
I like cycle lands myself, but I don't know. The old ones do really well because most of them cost like 2 colors. I mean, unless you're playing the ones that are on color. But
and there was some good cycle abilities. I saw discard or cycle. This happened, things like that.
Oh yeah, like.
But the reason I was bringing up the desert lands, I ended up switching out after I got my tail whipped the first game. and I got it whooped by the same creature both games, and that was that red haste guy comes out. He's 2/2, and creatures that are less than his power can't block, or he picks a creature.
Well, and then they eternalize it. Oh my god.
Yeah, and that's how he got me both times. Is I left out a blocker, and he pulled it out of the graveyard and just went in and killed me.
You would think after the first time you would have known.
But the funny thing is, I had that artifact creature, the 3/1 artifact creature. When you attack, you can remove a card from the graveyard. Of course, I put it in after that. These games, a little, afterthought. But I did make a change, and I went from the blue-green flyer that lets you draw a card and gain a life. I think it was the bird, and I went to the blue-white vigilant. And your tokens get flying and vigilance too. And one of the deserts lets you put in a zombie, 2/2 zombie. And I totally forgot about that. And I had the guy. I was winning 26-12. If I would have utilized that zombie as the vigilant flyer, he had no way to block flyers. I could have been hitting him for 6. So I had 3 flyers out. And instead, I jump blocked with my zombie.
Oh, Greg.
And it's one of those things that you have the epiphany after the game. Like, what did I do?
There was so many times when we were playing, like right after the game, I was just like, oh my gosh, why didn't I just do this? Well, like in particular, that one spell, puts 3 -1/-1 counters on a creature, and then they have to choose to either discard a card, lose 3 life, or sacrifice a permanent. Like I had that, and then I had the bounce non-land permanent spell in my hand. And of course, what did I do? I bounced back their only permanent, then used that spell, and I was just like, oh my gosh, Steve. You could have just had them sacrifice that permanent. I mean, they probably would have paid the 3 life for discarding a card. I mean, I guess I don't know. There was a lot of things that I should have done differently.
I did something that I think was correct. There's a black spell for 1, and it gives your creature +2/+0, and then it says if this creature dies during this turn, it comes back in tapped.
Yeah.
Well, my creature died twice and I brought him out. Because it said during the turn, right?
Yeah.
And he died twice, so was I right to bring him out the second time?
I don't know. I'd have to look at the card. What is it called? Do you remember?
I don't. It was a instant spell, and I used it with the Bantu's Reckoning.
Yeah.
So I picked one of my key creatures, drop that, and then he would come back in. But my opponent played it on me, and I had it in my hand, so I played it on my creature. And then he killed it a second time, and it says.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know, I'd have to read the card.
I might have cheated without knowing, but I read the card that says, during this turn, if this creature dies, it has that, because you give that card the ability. So what does it mean?
Does the... I don't know. I think maybe it becoming... I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'd have to read the card because I'm not sure which one you're talking about. I'm sure Seth or Eric would definitely know for us. So we can ask him when we see him.
You see him. So there's a circle in the water. You get there.
I'm overwhelmed in this. I was thinking about that white creature that comes out. Is it got Defender, and then every time you play a blue or black spell, you gain a life.
Oh yeah, the 0/4.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah. I know some people were actually talking about it for like, I don't know, it could be kind of like fun to throw it in a white deck. Just depending on who your opponents are, you could gain a lot of life.
Yeah, if you're triggering things with life gain, I think it's pretty good.
I mean, it's okay, but I mean, you're dependent on your opponents playing like some sort of Grixis, like or one of those 3 colors.
So if you're playing blue, and most blues are instant,
that's true.
Yeah, so I mean, it saved me quite a bit. That's how I got to 26, and I was facing that one guy.
Well, in my first pool, I utilized it as well because I had the horse and I needed a way to gain life, and I just threw it in there, and it definitely works.
Oh yeah.
I think I won like 2 games off that stupid horse. The horse is great.
Oh, nice.
So anyway, now that we've kind of gone over pre-release and the feels a little bit, let's maybe look at a few cards.
Right. And you pulled
Nicol Bolas first, of course, because he's the big guy. Of course, he's been on screen this entire time. I was able to, like I said, use him. I think it was my 2-headed giant game with Eric. I never got to actually play him, but I put him in the deck, hoping that I would get to. Because I know it was just a blowout. He was killing people left and right because of that the -4 ability where you can deal 7 damage to an opponent. Like that, and the seal is just really good.
the people I heard there was maybe 3 of them that got pulled during
and 1 foil too. I saw the foil when get pulled. I was just like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
But they told me when they got it out, they won.
Oh yeah.
Just turn the game.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, it's coming out late game. Most opponents are probably only going to have two cards in their hand anyway. So you exile those 2 cards. It's just like, well, there goes my 2 biggest bombs. Like, great.
Right.
That's awesome.
Late in the game, yeah.
Yeah, I was not trying to overextend, and now I paid for it in another way.
I know in limited, a lot of talk is about you got to get a bomb in there. That's what wins the games. Those bombs, and this and that. And when I was able to deal with the bombs, I won. And of course, when I wasn't able to, they got me pretty good.
Well, that's like me. I made a huge mistake. You know that Sphinx, the one that came out in the last set that has the Frost Titan ability where you have to target it with 2 spells. I forgot about that entirely, and I tried to burn it down for 3. And then he's like, well, it's countered. And I was just like, no! Because I did it end of turn, of course. I was completely tapped out. And I was like, I'll be fine if I do this. Oh no, it screwed me up even worse. Now I can't even remember the other threats.
Spell,
Oh yeah, it was bad. Eric just looked at me and was like, oh yeah, that has that. And I was just like, oh no.
I know in my 2-headed giant, we had, my partner was playing blue, and he had the counter spell that counters equal, yet the opponent has to pay mana equal to how many cards in your graveyard. We had 1 card in the graveyard. And he kept trying to cast it. I go, no.
Yeah, that got me too, because I didn't read the card fully. I thought it was something else. Yeah. And then, you get to that little bad spot where it's like, cards in your graveyard, and it's just like, oh, I can't do anything with this early game,
But if he wouldn't have, he ended up casting it, the guy was able to play the mana, and we lost the spell. And then that same game, the end would end up getting us. We were at 1 life for like 5 turns, and we were just hanging in there, and they played that 1 spell sorcery that says X amount of creatures can't block, and they get a draw card.
Oh yeah.
And he tapped out.
You told me about this.
He tapped out, so that 1 card in the graveyard would have countered it. He's learning, and he's enjoying it, and he actually built a pretty decent deck. Well, he asked for a little bit of help, but he's taken pride in figuring it out on his own, which is really good.
Well,
the mana curve and everything.
He came and talked to me right after that, and we were building his mono black deck. And he definitely seems like he's getting pretty involved in it, and he has a good idea about what he wants to, I guess, accomplish with it. He's not looking to spend $1 bajillion building EDH decks, which you don't have to make a good EDH deck, which is the nice part about the format. Oh yeah, monocolor. Well, I was telling him too, like, because he asked me to help him on a blue deck as well. There are just so many good budget commanders out there. Like, think about Talrun. Yeah, Talrun is like, I don't know, like $2 or something like that, and he's like one of the best blue commanders there are.
Right.
I don't think Azami's expensive either,
No?
I think she's maybe at most $5, something like that.
That's who he was using.
Azami?
Yeah, the draw card.
That makes sense. Which is good. Well, anyway, back to our devastation. Talking about commanders, let's move right into a few here. So give me a second here to pull up
Nicol Bolas is getting tired of being there.
Well, yeah, he's been there the entire time. We're giving him the limelight, guys. We'll talk about the god that I'm playing in the Commander Challenge first, which is the Scorpion God. I know that we've kind of gone over these cards in other videos, but, this is just kind of like a mashup of all of it. I really like this card. I don't know how you feel about it, but I actually really like it as a commander. Mainly for the fact that it draws me cards. That's my favorite card, of course. Me.
Oh yeah.
I love drawing cards. And then the secondary ability, like you were just telling me before we started this, you think that's pretty broken. I agree with you. I don't think it's as bad as Dreve, but I think it's definitely something to consider.
Right. I mean, and it's black, right? Black and red. So you're gonna play some sack outlets, and obviously that's need to. But the idea that if it dies, it goes to your hand. So if they target it with anything except for maybe split second, but even then, a split second.
And because I can focus.
Well,
if
I don't know
dies,
if there's a split second exile card. I know there's a bunch of split second.
There's the black that turns it into 0/2 and then loses all abilities.
Yeah, that would work because it doesn't have the ability when it dies, so it would go to the graveyard then. But you have to kill it then too.
Right.
You can't just make it 0/2.
Right. You'd have to,
I guess if it's swinging in and you suddenly spoil
it's a 2-for-1 type thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You can play it right. If it's combat, they're swinging in with it. You sudden spoil it and then you block. Then that works. But I definitely see what you're saying. There's I don't know, an argument to be said there that commanders that get around the commander tax are kind of broken in a lot of ways. And I would agree. I don't think these are that bad because they're already kind of high costed. So it's like they've kind of thought about that a little bit.
Yeah,
they're not 3 and 5. 3 and 4. They're 5 and 6.
Those commanders that cost like 7. It's like I try to stay away from those.
Yeah.
But you have that one land that you can sack and take a commander, take it from your command zone to your hand.
Yeah.
That can be really. The difference is if they got 3 counters on it.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to counter or cast it. There's no way. But put it in your hand now. You can.
Oh yeah. Think about things like Shieldred. I know Shieldred players sometimes they complain that their commander costs so much up front, but I don't know. Shieldred players are kind of I don't know. There's so many good mono black ramp that I don't think they should be complaining.
I never played Shieldred as my commander, but I do put in a lot of black decks, and he's in my next deck too. So
well, it's just a good card. So Scorpion God, really cool. Like I said, another way that Rakdos is becoming a little bit different because I know that they've been so focused on I don't know, some of these commanders like Rakdos and other Rakdos and
some of the mentors.
They're all very I don't know, I like them because they're kind of attrition-y, but this is just a different kind of breath for it. Once again, drawing cards is amazing. We'll kind of get into the next one here. And that's the Locust God, and I'll pull up the image here in a second. But this, again, is another card. I know I saw an article not too long ago about, do you run this or do you run Niv Mizzet? And a lot of people are thinking that I run this instead.
It's cheaper.
It's got a ridiculous ability on it. You just draw a card and you get a 1/1. I mean, that's pretty good.
I know the one, the blue, mono blue, that every time you draw a card, it gets a counter, and if it dies, you get these island walking
I didn't even think
squids.
about that. What is that card's name?
But can you imagine having both those out and getting double triggers? And there's a card, a blue card, that I don't see a lot of people playing, and it used to be played a lot early EDH, was the one where you get 2 upkeeps.
Oh, yeah. Paradox Haste.
Yeah, Paradox Haste. I don't see it played a lot. And there's a lot of cards on it. During your upkeep, you draw another card, or
I have one for my Jorah deck, but I've never even thought about utilizing it in other places. That's interesting.
Yeah, and it used to be used a lot for people that they would have bad effects on their upkeep.
Yeah.
And so you would give them 2 upkeeps.
Yeah.
It can be played both ways. It can benefit you, or it can hurt.
Well, I know that just thinking about harming other people with things. There's a new deck type that is kind of being tossed around right now. It's maybe almost there, and that's 5-color curses. So I mean,
there's a card that lets you go search for curses.
There's almost enough support for it. And I know there's a few people on the internet right now. There's a little bit of rumbling about maybe it's time to try this out, and that would make sense in something like that because I mean, there's that new curse that came out in this set that costs 3 or 4 or something like that, and it has that tagline on it. If you at the beginning of your upkeep, you either pay through life, discard a card, or sacrifice a permanent. So I mean,
and then the big boy.
The big white one.
The big black one. You lose 5 life. And then you play the Bantus, you blow up their board and play that, and they just go, oh no.
So, I mean, that could be something that, if you guys want to see it, we'll deck tech it and see what happens there. So just let us know in the comments.
It'd be kind of fun. Both of us get together and do a curse deck.
Yeah, we can do it.
Multiple upkeeps.
I don't know if you, on the main YouTube channel, there is a new series that we're doing called Deck Discussions. It's something where we're just kind of using it as a free-form kind of thing, where we just talk about like either something we're brewing or something that's already been done. Like we did Kylie's Rabinia deck, we did Lauren's Animar deck. It's just kind of a fun place to play around. So that could
Two
be
decks
something
I hate. Thanks for bringing those
Yeah,
up.
I know, really. Well, I tried to look for people with some of the most competitive decks, in my opinion. So
Now,
I'm sure once you build one, we'll get you on there.
Yeah.
Oh, burn!
Wow. Dang. Oh,
I'm just kidding.
parted my hair.
Yeah, plenty of competitive decks. I just had to seize that opportunity.
I know, well, I don't want to brag, but Shram seemed like
We
it
don't
was.
know the Yep.
But Shram, I know people started building things to hate it a little bit.
Oh yeah. Well, that would probably be your deck then, because I know I don't like playing against that at all. So
But yeah, so he brings out a little 1/1, which can be dealt with. There's a lot of things out there. I was just telling you before the cast here that the enchantment that you name a creature type and they all get -1/-1. I played it against.
wasn't there a token one specifically too that like all creature tokens get -1/-1? I think it's blue or black. I can't remember. There's one in Theros that I keep thinking of, and I think that may be the one that you're thinking.
I know there's one where the opponent's flyers they'll get -1/-1.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this stream can answer that for us as well.
There you go. Yeah. We love your comments.
Yes. So anyway, Locust God, really good. I love that once again it has that ability. It also has a pretty cool activated ability. Pay 4, draw a card, and discard a card. A little bit of loot. It's never bad.
Red's famous for that.
Yeah, really. And of course, next up we've got your commander for the challenge.
Scarab. And I still need one for my EDH deck.
Well, we'll be all searching for him because I didn't find any of the gods during pre-release.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, a little guy here that my boss's son did a two-headed giant with his little friend here, and he pulled it. And I helped him build the deck, kind of give him ideas. He was two-headed giant. I wasn't playing that at that point, but showed him how it worked. Got him enough zombies. I think he ended up with like 6 zombies, and which was pretty good and limited like that.
Yeah.
And he went 2-0. Next time I saw him, how'd you do? I went 2-0. Holy cow! But then of course, once you get 2-0, you start playing. He's not really experienced, so he had to face some good players, and he didn't. He ended up 2-0, right? Or 2-2, I guess.
Yeah.
But still, great.
That's pretty good for your first time.
Yeah, the kid's like 12 years old or something. Like, awesome, dude.
I still have a hard time doing that normally. I mean, really.
Yeah.
I am not a very good limited player, but I love playing it.
Oh, I do too.
I can lose all day and be happy. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, can't take it serious. There's a lot about the luck of the draws. When you're opening those packs and you hear people go, "Oh my God, look what I got!" You're just like, "Oh, well, I wish I could say that." Of course, you did with Nickel.
Yeah, but I mean, well, then I got an invocation.
Yeah.
I got a diabolic intent or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I talked about this with Eric a little bit after our games, and it's just like there are a lot of people that come to these things that are kind of grindy. Like they come for the cards, of course, to get stuff for their new decks and whatnot. But then again, you go against the same people that kind of know Standard really well. So they've been playing with these cards for like ever now. And we see them every once in a while. It's just like, I might play this in EDH.
Yeah.
But
those are the guys that do their homework. And they know, okay, if I draw these cards and these match up with these, and, just like draft players. They're really good at draft. They know, okay, I'm looking at this deck. When they get to the third deck in, they know exactly what they're looking for.
Well, and everybody's got their cup of tea. It's just like, this is what I prefer to do, and that's totally fine.
We're all about Commander.
Yeah, that's our thing. And
we enjoy it, we love it, but I brought it up before. It's like I can get my tail whooped in Commander, but I'm enjoying playing it.
Oh yeah. I think I'm a little bit more competitive, but in limited, I'm just like, sealed pools.
One thing about you is you don't whine.
Well, yeah,
I never heard you whine.
You can't really.
It doesn't help, and the whiners usually are my targets.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. You're always picking on Kylie, isn't it?
Oh wow! Someone called somebody a whiner.
That's 2 burns for me today already.
But yeah, this ability.
And we haven't even talked about.
Yeah, the Scarab God. Anyway, filling it with a lot of token zombies and
Or just zombies.
just zombies in general, and be able to recursion and things like that is, I put Macias in there, so sack them, bring them back, sack them again, whatever. It got recursion. There was one tech card I don't know what to tell you about, but I did put it in my list. Is there's a spell that lets you go get 2 creatures out of your graveyard and put them in, and they become zombies. So I'm turning my Macias into a zombie. I'm turning Children into a zombie. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I turn in Gissa zombie.
Gissa and Geralt.
Yeah. So turn them into a zombie. Now they get all the buffs. And very cool how it works. And I'm playing with this artifact. It's a new Amacat artifact, and it comes with the brick counters.
Oh, yeah.
It costs 4, you pay 2, and you get to play the next spell. And what I do with this is I stack my deck with the Scry ability and put lands. So I tap it or pay 2 to put a land in play.
Yeah.
And then I get the brick counter.
That's actually really good.
And then I keep doing that until now. Now I stack it with the big cards.
That's really good, actually. Wow. Greg, you surprise me sometimes.
Well, been around the block a while.
You have been playing this game a lot longer than I am.
But it just seems like, oh my gosh, that Scry ability is amazing.
Well, and I kind of talked about this when the card first came up, but it's just like any zombie tribal blue-black commander now has just been kicked to the side. Unless you're going like super strict and you want to play, what's-his-face from Innistrad, the blue-black zombie legendary. I can't remember his name right now. But I mean, my Gissa and Geralt deck, like as soon as I find this card, it's getting, it's going to replace them. It's kind of sad because I actually really like Gissa and Geralt, but this is just so optimal.
It's funny, he's not a zombie, but he brings in the zombie. And then the card you even told me about, and of course I put it in there, was the guy pay 1 mana, cast a card from a graveyard, and it becomes or gets the same abilities.
Yeah.
It's just dumb good.
Yeah. So, Scarab God, once again, great ability. Secondary ability is amazing. I love it because it's like a have-and-go lich, but it's just, I don't know. It's pretty. I would throw this in a lot of decks.
Well, and the thing is, because it can do the same thing as the graveyard zombie guy, where you can remove a card
That's
from.
have-and-go lich. That's one.
No, have-and-go lich lets you cast a card.
Oh, you're right.
It's graveyard zombie. I don't know. Anyway, it's a lord.
Oh, Gath. Gath Lord of the Vault.
No, not Gath. It's another one. And he pumps all your zombies up 1/1. Okay, graveyard, something like that.
Yeah, well, we'll think about it.
But yeah, it's really good.
So, Scarab God. And I think we got the rest of the legendaries up here too, and we'll talk about them, but I'll just kind of browse through them really quick since, first up is Razakath, which is absolutely bonkers, of course. I know a lot of people are talking about, like, this is definitely the better of the two between Grizzlebrand and this guy for EDH at this point, just because, obviously because Grizzlebrand is banned, but even if it wasn't, tutoring, I don't know, it's just kind of crazy.
Tutoring, and we talked about this before, I played my very first EDH league, and the owner of the store just put a rule on no tutoring.
Yeah.
And a lot of people got upset, but I feel, and I know you kind of feel the same way, I rely on luck. I rely on a draw and a surprise of what you pull.
I think we like to play the game.
Yeah.
Which is the difference.
And a lot of people that do the tutoring, they go, I'm going to go tutor for my combo, I win.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. You just showed me what kind of a Magic player you are. You're obviously not very good because you just know you can do this one simple thing.
Well,
again,
good and, I don't know, cheesy are two different things. That's... it's tricky because I know there are people
it doesn't take much talent.
No, I know there are people that enjoy that play style, and I don't. I've said this a million times on a bunch of episodes, really. I don't mind that people enjoy that. I just don't enjoy it myself, kind of thing. So if it happens to me, I'm just like, okay, cool. Can you play something else?
Yeah. Or and the one thing we talked about. It's my only deck. Well, good luck finding someone to play with you because, I probably won't.
Well, either that or you build against it. I mean, that's that option too. But
there's been times.
Kylie knows.
Yeah. And there's been times that I've played things and it comboed out or whatever. I pack it up and go get one of my other decks. Yeah. It's like, I'm not going to sit there and just run it into the ground and sit there and pump my chest out. Look how good I am, because you're really not.
Well,
I am, but
oh, okay. So yeah, flying 8/8 trample.
Oh,
It's pretty good. I mean, it only costs.
and it's a sack outlet.
Yeah.
I mean, look at like stuff like Marchesa and
Well,
stuff. You're
and it's
looking for
an
sack
instant
outlets.
speed sack outlet too. So I mean, you can do this at the end of somebody's turn and just get whatever you need to do
Right.
for setting up for the next, whatever.
Right.
Just an amazing card. Moving on from that, we've gotten ahead the Eternal.
Right. And I pulled a
Eric's
nice one.
Commander Challenge.
Yeah, I pulled
Greg
it.
actually pulled the promo one, which
Yep.
was really cool. I love this card. I love pretty much everything about it. I want to put it in my Rakdos deck so bad, just so I can like have that double. Like now, I have a bunch of red mana, and I can cast giant
So
colorless
is
creatures.
that part of our rules? We can't use other people's generals in our decks?
No, I'm sure that's not part of the rule at all. If you want to throw this guy in your deck, throw it in your deck.
I'm
by
not
all
putting
means.
red, so he is.
Is it raining, Kyle?
But you both are playing red in your. I'm not. I'm playing blue-black, so I don't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
I guess I would play that other block we just talked about.
Yeah.
And I'm tutoring, so I don't know.
There's a ton of stuff. That's the thing is, during all my previous sealed pulls, I actually didn't pull a whole lot for my deck, which was kind of surprising. I thought, I'd find something here or something there. Luckily, I mean, for me, I pretty much had the deck built because I tore apart my Hepatra deck to build it.
Right.
So, I mean, I had most of the synergy there. I just had to get a few of the key red-black ones.
And I was kind of like in the same boat because there was a lot of things that were spoiled, and I looked and I said, "Oh yeah, I can put that in my deck." And then when I actually read it, I went, "It's not that good."
Yeah.
It's like the Gator that gets a -1 counter when in multiplayer. That's dumb.
I didn't even care for that in limited. Like I played it one time and I was just like, wait, this is terrible. My opponent has the opportunity to kill this thing pretty much.
He doesn't have any evasion.
No.
And he only gets the counters off if he deals
I
combat
know it's a
damage.
3-mana 5/5, but really, I mean, come on. It's just by the time you get back to your turn, it's a 3-mana 3/3. So
The other ability that they put in this deck where if a creature becomes blocked, it deals damage.
Yeah, the
1, 2,
afflict.
3. Now, is that considered combat damage?
no, it is. I believe it's loss of life, loses 3 life. Yeah,
Okay.
so not combat damage, but still pretty crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I love the ability. This guy and one other one in particular I really like, and
There
it'll
was
come
a-
up here pretty soon.
Wasn't there equipment that did it too?
Lost yet.
Oh yeah, there is like a sickle or something. I remember seeing it.
Right.
Interesting, interesting ability, especially on this guy. But yeah, just a good card. Once again, watch the Commander Challenge video.
Right.
Eric's probably going to kill us all. I'm going to be honest. He's probably going to destroy us. He's got a pretty interesting deck brewing up here. So anyway, on from the head, we've got our Blue Sphinx Commander. I know that I've already said this about this card, but I wish it would have been multicolored. I mean, really, just blue-white would have been better in a million ways. But something that I hadn't really thought about is somebody brought this up somewhere, I can't remember, I think it was on Reddit or something like that. Think of it as a 1 mana less Sphinx of Ithune. That's all it really is. Unless you're playing tribal. But really, I'd pay 1 less for a Sphinx of Ithune. I mean, I know it's not as big as the Sphinx of Ithune since it only does 4 instead of 5, but really, that's not that bad. It's actually a pretty interesting card just to throw in your deck.
Yeah, I have a guy I work with, and he's just, because of all the Sphinxes they've spoiled, I'm just going to build a Sphinx EDH deck.
Okay.
So, I mean, and of course, when this come out and spoiled, it says, you might want to look at this.
Yeah.
Just
throw it in.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's Unesh. I mean, he's interesting. He's got some words on him, I guess.
Yeah. A lot of text.
A lot of text. So on from that, we've got the Planeswalker Finder. This guy's pretty interesting. As many people have brought up, it'll be in pretty much every Atraxa deck from here until the end of time at this point.
Well, there's a lot of good white, Johnny.
Well, at that point, you're going 4-color, but
Yeah.
because I mean, you just grab whatever.
Right,
It's like it's a utility card where you just grab
What's
whatever tool you need.
his creature type?
It is a human warrior.
Human warrior. Too bad it's not an ally.
Well, I mean, really. I wonder if they'll ever go outside of Zendikar for allies. I'm curious about that. I'm sure it'll happen at some point.
He looks like an ally. Anyway.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, but I actually got this. I didn't have any Yeah.
Yeah, I saw somebody open it as well as their promo.
But he
and it's
does
just
have
like, what do I
vigilance,
do
and
with
he's got a good body on him. So I
4,
mean,
3 for 5. I mean, yeah.
it's not efficient, but vigilance is still kind of,
It's a bum card to pull and seal.
Well, if you don't get it, it goes.
Well, yeah, if
searchable.
you find Nicol Bolas and you're playing 4 color, but I mean, gosh.
Yeah, well,
really.
yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could play the green-red chick with him. I'm not too big on this card, personally. But,
For
I mean...
Planeswalkers, it was, it wasn't really that much in this set, was there?
No, not really. There's only 2. So.
Yeah, so.
But anyway, on from him, we'll start kind of with our white cards here. First up is the horse. Like I said, I got this in my sealed pool, my first sealed pool. Yeah, that's a really good name for him, actually. Now that I think about it, it's actually pretty clever. Really cool card. I really like it. Any life gain deck, like Tristani would love this.
Oh, yeah.
I put it in my Treva deck as soon as I got one.
Things like that. Did you play that?
Oh, yeah. Just gain life, make a bunch of horses. They're all indestructible. Just great.
Yeah, he'd be really good at Alero.
Oh, yeah. And then on from that, we're going to talk about a card that
And it also goes hand in hand with life gain, and then the artifact that you can lose 50 life. And,
oh, yeah, the Aetherflux Reservoir.
yeah, Aetherflux Reservoir. It's like, I've been seeing it played a lot lately.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's a lot of really good builds for it.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, on from that, we've got Hour of Revelation. I got the experience of playing against this, which was actually really cool because I got to see how powerful it actually was. I didn't realize the stupid thing said destroy all non-land permanents. I thought it just destroyed creatures. So this card to me is absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
I want one for quite a few things. So
Because there's not a lot that gets rid of enchantments in the sets. Obviously, this does, but there's really not much that just goes out and gets rid of it.
Well, in Omniket there were a few cards that you could get, but
Right.
I think it's a naturalized in Omniket. I'm not sure though. There's the White Exile spell that is in Omniket, and that was really good. But outside of limited, this in EDH is actually really, really good. I know it's mainly going to be played in like mono white or 2-color, white blue decks.
Ghost Away.
Oh yeah. It's really good. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess you cast this, then Ghost Away, because you want the 10 permanents on the battlefield in order to make it cheaper.
Oh, true.
So in response to casting the spell, you would Ghost Away or Eerie Interlude or any of those side effects. If you're playing Red-White Boros Charm and you're just like, that's one of my favorite things to do.
Or just have Avacyn out.
Well, yeah, that's true. So Hour of Revelation.
But if you're playing Avacyn, you're playing the artifact that you tap, pay 2 or whatever, and blow up everything, and it doesn't blow itself up, so Neverall's Disc.
Oh, Neverall's Disc, yeah.
When I see that coming out, I just go, oh, come on, people.
Well, it's better than Yokel Hops.
Yeah. Well, actually, I remember when he did it, and I had the one indestructible land out. And I went, oh, you didn't get all my land.
Up next, we'll probably talk about my favorite card outside of the legendaries and some of the multicolored stuff. This card is bonkers. It is the Flying Rune, Angel of Condemnation. I got to play against it once. It is ridiculous. I love this card. I want a copy of it right now. Like right now.
I didn't get one.
Oh gosh, it's just so good. Like even having like that first ability is bonkers already, but having the ability to just exile something until it sleeps is also ridiculous. I mean, if you think about it,
too, right?
oh yeah, and if you think about it, like I would use this on my own stuff. It's just like, well, I know somebody's gonna board wipe, so I'm gonna exile, blah blah blah. Here, an amazing card, really really good. I know that the extort or exert can get a little tiresome, because it has to stay tapped the next turn. But if you think about it, there's a million ways to tap an EDH. Like Paradox Engine and this card.
Well, even the card that came, and I played a lot of it, was the little 2-1 flyer that lets you untap and get ready.
We got to use that with the Pride Sovereign in our 2-headed giant, and it worked out really well.
I had the first strike guy that when you do, he gets +1. It's first strike, so it's 4, and then you untap it.
Yeah, that card's pretty cool. But anyway, Angel of Condemnation, really cool card. I really want a copy of it. I think it's going to be an EDH All-Star. Obviously not as good as Eldrazi Displacer, but
also, of course, Seaborn Muse. Is amazing.
Yeah. And green-white, that's already something that's happened. So On from that, we're going to go into blue, and we're going to talk about a card that maybe isn't necessarily so great for EDH, but it could be in certain builds.
I know it was one of those cards I saw and went, oh my god, zombies, look at that. But then it's XX. So that means I have to get rid of...
And then it's Exile, too, which is the part that really pushes it over the edge for me.
Yeah. But to get rid of 2 to get 1.
Yeah.
It just... And most of the cards are... I'm bringing back from the graveyard anyhow because they're so good. You know, there's not a lot of them that I just don't care about it.
Yeah.
You know?
So
yeah, it's like...
yeah.
Goody.
Eternalize zombies, whatever. I mean, it's an
sorcery speed,
card.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was instant, it might be playable. But,
yeah. But on from that, we're going to talk about a card that's definitely applicable for EDH.
Oh, yeah, I got this guy.
I got 2 of them. I was so happy. I ended up with 2 of them.
It was my very first.
You got a promo one, right, Kylie? The Nimble Bird.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Okay, I thought he pulled a promo. But anyway, this card is absolutely bonkers. I saw somebody stifle somebody's Evolving Wilds. That was the best thing ever. Yep.
The thing of it is it's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's great. It's just you can bring it in as a flyer, okay, but
here's the way that I always break it down.
In your hand.
Would you play a Stifle for 3 mana if it drew you a card? And the answer is always yes. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. This card, I can't even wrap my head around how good this thing is.
Yeah.
I know I think of it as 1v1, and that's where I really get excited about it. But even in multiplayer, it's just amazing. Yep. So
I like it. When I drew it, I went, thank you.
Thank you, Hour of Devastation Gods. Yeah. I guess that's Nicobolus. The God Pharaoh. So on from that, we've got Swarm Intelligence. Interesting giant enchantment that definitely does some pretty cool stuff. It's basically copies, it forks all your spells. So really good in like red-blue decks.
There was some really good enchantments.
Oh yeah,
really good enchantments.
Well, and I think about like an Amonkhet, like Sandworm Convergence. Like that card was ridiculous. And now we've got things like this.
You pulled one in your
I played it.
It was just you got that out and they just went, oh my god, what do I do?
As you talked about before, there's not a whole lot of like enchantment removal in this set, And so that
to get a 5/5 at your end step, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's at the beginning of your end step you get a 5/5. So and it's that's every turn. So it's just like I'll build an army.
And who cares if all the creatures gone? Someone uses the Bantu. Well, I'm now going to 5/5 and you don't have any.
I'll get some more. Okay, cool.
Keep doing that.
So, anyway, that one's a lot more limited playable than this one. Swarm Intelligence, I don't know, I saw a few people pull it as like their promo and stuff like that, and it's just not great for limited. It costs a lot. It's, usually by the time you play this, you're either dead or way winning. So, I don't know. Really cool card for EDH, though. Like, there are a lot of decks that would love this. What's his name? Arjun deck will love this card, of course. Just being able to double cast something, which would mean double wheel, which means if you have a Psychosis Crawler out, you're just you're just destroying them. So even off just like something as simple as like a Brainstorm, you're just wrecking them. So
Nicasaur, is that blue in it? I can't remember.
Nicasaur? Yeah, he's Grixis.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, this card worked right there.
Oh, yeah.
Any of those wheel effects, just double wheeling is amazing. Yeah. So interesting card. I like the artwork a lot. So on from that, I believe we are going into the black cards, and this is, I think, one of 2 that I pulled up of this cycle. Mm-hmm. The other 3, the Ronus's one, the Oketra, and the what am I thinking of, or what am I missing?
Yeah, the fallback is your lands don't untap your next turn.
But I don't know this.
But for 3 mana, hopefully I got a lot more than 3 mana when I cast this. The thing, and I mentioned before, was the instant speed where I put up +2, +0, and then the creature comes back.
Yeah.
Tapped.
Yeah.
Now I don't get it to untap 4 lands, but I have a creature and you don't.
Yeah. I know. I kind of have a little argument against maybe playing this over Damnation, just because with of course, Damnation you don't have the drawback, and it's only 1 more mana. Mm-hmm. So there's that. I think Bantu's Last Reckoning is an interesting card. I don't know if I'll be playing a lot of it. It's okay.
The Damnation is 3 black, right?
No, Damnation is 2 colors and 2 black, I believe, something like that. Yeah. You know, this doesn't even have the clause that they can't regenerate, which I know isn't that big of a thing, but meh.
Right.
Like I said, I'm not too big on this card. It's okay.
You know, and that's been brought up quite a few times, is you don't see a lot of regeneration anymore because there's so many spells out there that says can't regenerate, can't regenerate. So people just don't really worry about it. You know, they play. I still see them play he comes out, he's green.
We're talking about Thrune? Or no?
No, not Thrune, but the guy that you can, he gets bigger and you can regenerate it. And,
Lava Troll.
Yeah, Lava Troll.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people do play that guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's Bonsu's last
unless you
record.
dish, you know, with mana and stuff, you dish, you know, creatures into the graveyard and put them in play.
Really good in Caravan as well, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Well, any of those decks that are running that type of strategy. And then we get a card that I actually have a new opinion on, because before I wasn't too big on it. Now that I've actually played it a few times, I have kind of fallen in love with it. And that's Hour of Glory. You know, Mono Black doesn't have a whole lot of exile effects that are at instant speed.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of their effects are like at sorcery speed, and or they are, I don't know, like there's one in particular that I keep thinking of, Guild. It gives them a counter or something like that. It's not as good as this card. This card is great.
And Make was really good because that exile, but you know, had white.
Yeah.
But you could play it in a mono black deck. I mean, just if it's EDH, you have to have white.
Yeah. So, like I said, a new opinion on this card. I actually really like it. I got to play it. I got a foil one, which may have even turned me even more towards it. So.
Shiny things.
Yeah. And then we got another card that I pulled, but I never actually got to play, and that's Torment, it's Torment of Hailfire. I keep reading it wrong. Great card. I definitely like it in like 1v1, because I mean, you pour 3 mana to that, so 5 mana, and you're having them do that effect 3 times. Like, that's really, really good.
Okay, this is the one that does 3 damage. You have to
So it's repeat the following process X
that
times.
one, okay.
Each opponent loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. So I'm not so crazy. I mean, I don't know about multiplayer, but 1v1, oh my gosh, this card is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the artwork. I know that's a playmat as well, so it's pretty cool.
Right on.
And I wasted the mop area.
So there's that. After that, we've got, I think we're moving into red.
We didn't show the flyer, XX flyer.
XX Flyer.
There's an XX flyer that says its power and toughness is equal to how many cards in the graveyard.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I should have pulled that one up. It's an interesting card. The demon one is the one I'm talking about. I got to play with that card, actually, and it's, I don't know, the drawback isn't as bad as I thought it was, because I remember when I first looked at it, I was just like, I don't know about this. But that was when I thought it was creatures in your graveyard. Once I actually saw that it's all cards, it actually becomes a little bit better.
The cycling and stuff is like, okay, well, you're going to kill it, I'll cycle a couple cards. No, you're not going to kill it. And, you know, I got rid of it every time it came out. Luckily, Bantu got it. I think he went to attack, and I had the white spell, remove a target or destroy target attacking creature.
Yeah.
So it didn't hit me, but holy cow, it was going to hit me one time for like 15.
Yeah.
And,
well, it definitely can get really big fast.
and it flies, so
It's I don't know. It's got a lot of downside to me. You know, if somebody Bajuka bogs you, then it's dead.
It's dead. Yeah.
Or, you know, just having to sacrifice a creature at the beginning of each upkeep is kind of bad as well.
Yeah, but if you're playing tokens, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's an argument to be made for it, but it's not definitely something I
mean,
consider.
something similar. I mean, like in Marchesta, it seems like it'd be pretty good. It's like bonus sack stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so
There are decks that could utilize it, but I'm not too big on it.
it just scared me to death when it came out, and I was 15.
Yeah. So anyway, our next card here is Hour of Devastation. It's kind of just a small board wiping commander. It doesn't really do exactly what we want it to. Of course, it makes everything lose indestructible, which is really cool. So it can kill most of the Theros gods if they're active as creatures.
Right, if they're active, and the Avacyn, if it's out there protecting a bunch of small stuff, they're all gone, you know.
So it's definitely got its place. It's a little small once again for our format, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so on from that, we are going to take a look at Hazarat's Undying Fury. I haven't got a chance to play this card, but I think it's pretty interesting. Just being able to, let's see, shuffle your library, then exile the top 4 cards. You may cast any number of non-land cards with a converted mana cost 5 or less from among them without paying their mana costs. Lands you control don't untap during your next untap step.
It's one of those.
So, pretty big downside for maybe casting some spells. I don't know, it's a little steep at 6 as well, so it's another one of those things
Well,
that's
in
just
EDH, you're using a lot of mana rocks and things like that, so if you're only going to tap 2 mountains to do it, it's not that big of a loss.
oh yeah, if your mountains tap for 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
We've experienced that.
Oh, yeah. Sheesh, yeah.
So,
But, I mean, casting stuff for free is always freaking good, especially this big red stuff. Dragons.
what's your opinion on this whole cycle? Is there anyone that really jumps out to you besides like Bantu's one or anything like that? Because I know we just talked about the Bantu one, but I mean, like I said, I'm not too big on the cycle. It's kind of meh.
It's when we talk commander-wise,
Yeah.
there's a handful of really good cards. Would I say there's 10, 12 of them? Maybe not. But I think there's like 5 that I really should. I'm going to see it. I'll be putting them in decks, obviously.
Yeah.
But not really overwhelming.
Yeah.
But then again, it's new. The new abilities might come into play.
Yeah, there's something that I just thought about was shoot.
What's the general people play? You can't cast it unless you deal damage to somebody.
Rakdos.
Rakdos. Well, if they block, you deal damage. If they don't block, you deal damage.
So back to afflict, yeah.
Yeah. So that seems like it'd be really good in that deck.
Yeah. So anyway, the cycle of cards is kind of meh. It's interesting. Like I don't like the lands not untapping thing. I think that's a little rough, but whatever. It's a spell. It was printed.
Yeah. And of course, you're playing Seaboard Muse or things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Just you don't really care.
So on from that, we've got. Let's just go to this. This crazy mana ramp spell, Hour of Promise. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to play this, but being able to tutor out any lands from your library and put them into play. And then if you control 3 deserts, you get a 2/2/2 zombies on the battlefield. So
Really odd for a green spell, but okay.
well, it's kind of funny because the artwork doesn't even look green. I mean, if you look at our background, it's the same image. But yeah, this looks like it belongs on the artwork belongs on a different card, but as far as this actual card, it's bonkers. 1 more mana than Explosive Vegetation, it does pretty much everything you want. You can go find, I don't know, Guy's Cradle and Urborg, and like I know a lot of people are saying just go find Thespian Stage in Dark Depths and just get that off right away.
Oh wow, yeah.
I mean, it grabs whatever you want, which is actually really, really good.
There's that whole tutoring thing again.
Yep, our promise. So on from that, we are going to talk about a card that should have been legendary to me, and that is the Majestic. I can't read this. Myriarch. There we go. Text is a little small. So Majestic Myriarch. Like I said, in my opinion, this should have been legendary. It would have been awesome as a legendary commander. Just being able to play keyword soup, essentially. Just put a whole bunch of creatures in your library that do things like that touch and whatever. So really, really cool card. I am interested to pull one and see how it works, actually.
So it gains abilities.
Yep, so at the beginning of each combat, if you control a creature with flying, then it goes to the whole Majestic Myriarch, gains blah blah blah. The same is true for First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, Reach, Trample, and Vigilance. There was almost not enough room on that card for
Yeah,
all
but
those.
what's the one where it can't be blocked by creatures smaller?
I know what you're talking about.
Doesn't have that ability.
No, but I mean, it's got plenty of other abilities. It can get flying in Menace. It's just, really, really cool card. So, I don't know. Should have been legendary. That's the only downfall here. But, what can you do? Not everything can be perfect.
Right.
So, on from that,
How's it going?
we have the Pride Sovereign. Me and Eric got to play this in our two-headed giant. Really cool card, actually. Great for cat tribal, as we'll see coming up later this year. You know, with that new announcement of the legendary cat commander deck.
And one of your recent videos had kittens in the background.
Oh yeah, it was great. That's when we first got the green screen. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we got a green screen now.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. So anyway, Prize Sovereign, really cool card, especially once again with like the Seaborn moves type effects where you can just keep tapping it, making more and more cats. Especially since this guy gets bigger and bigger for each cat you control. So cat tribal are great.
What's the blue enchantment that whenever a creature comes in play, untap all your creatures or all your permanents?
I know what you're talking about, but I
Some
can't think of the
alarm.
name. Yeah.
It's a blue.
Maybe it's like intrusion alarm or
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, so if this would work with that.
Oh yeah. It'd be really cool, actually. I like that.
Yeah, I was just telling these guys the other night, it's like I wake up dreaming about combos, and Siege Rhino the other day was my big combo. It's like,
You can tell Magic's in our veins.
oh my gosh, yeah.
Once you start dreaming about it.
You just wake up and go, God, I wish I could write that all down, but I only remember a couple key things.
So, the next card here is the Ramunap, or I can't even begin to pronounce this right, Excavator. So the Crucible World with Legs,
Oh, yeah, everybody's been talking about this guy.
really good card.
So that would be one of the handful, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, the Crucible Worlds is very expensive, and just having this effect, you just, you know, you're doing a couple of those lands you sack to destroy lands, and you're doing that.
Well, and there's so many good landfall decks out there that this just works perfect. And you know, you just use your fetch line to go get whatever, and then you just bring it on back and keep doing it, keep doing it.
You get double fetches and double land drops and double landfall. And,
Well, and sometimes it's a benefit that it's a creature, you know, especially in like mono green decks. Like they don't have a whole lot of like artifact search in those colors, so what they do have is a whole bunch of creature search, so you can go find this really easily. You know, Green Sun Zenith, you know, for, you know, pay 3 into it, and then all of a sudden you've got this guy, and you can just.
yeah, there's some really good landfall stuff. I mean, the dragon that does damage, the guy that makes, you know, 4/4 beast. There's a lot of crazy
Well, and I
stuff.
just think of Obnixilis, you know, like running this with like Obnixilis. Oh my gosh, like a black green landfall deck. Well, Get Rog. I mean, this screams Get Rog Frog.
Oh my
like,
gosh, yes.
right on its nose, you know, like should have been a toad instead of a naga. Okay, so on from that, got this lovely card. So this is the Uncaged Menagerie. Menagerie? Is that how you say it? Menagerie. Really cool card. I have yet to really see if it's going to be that great in our format. I think it will be, honestly. I mean, you pay 5 mana into this and you get 3 3-drops, so that's actually pretty good. You know, if you go up, you know, you pay 7 mana and you get 5 5-drops. That's pretty good as well. So it scales really nicely. It's you know, double green, which isn't too bad. It's not that oppressive, and then X. So that's I'm really happy it's not double X. That would have been backbreaking on this thing. But I know a lot of people are talking about just doing the 3 thing and then going and grabbing Seaborn Muse to just grab this, or not Seaborn Muse, Eternal Witness, just grab this back and then do it again.
Wow, yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty good. Just next turn, grab it, and whoop, yeah.
Yep.
Pretty cool card. Definitely an interesting mythic. Okay, and I think from that we are moving into our multicolored cards. We, of course, you know, as you've already seen, aren't doing the entire set, so we're kind of cherry picking here. But,
Yeah.
Bloodwater.
It's something we believe that's going to benefit EDH.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, and there are other cards that we left off the list that could be beneficial in EDH, but we didn't want this video to be more than it already is. We're already at 57 minutes. So.
Okay. Let's go. On to it.
Yeah. So we've got a Bloodwater Entity. Interesting card, really good for setting up, you know, miracles. A lot of people brought up because it puts the instant and/or sorcery on top of your library. So, you know, if you need a Terminus, just put it right back on top. Or if you that extra spell or extra turn spell ends up in your graveyard, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
You can, you know, put it back on top of your library and cast it. So, interesting card. It's you know, got prowess flying. All those normal
Prowess
keywords.
can be really good, especially with all the instants you're getting back and setting up for.
So that's that.
I know I put a prowess blue zombie in my
Oh yeah.
deck, and it's
I think I got to play that same guy. He's pretty good. The Naga one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we've got Driven Despair. Really cool card. Really great for, give each of your creatures trample, and then whenever they deal combat damage to somebody, draw a card. And then the second half of it is give each of your creatures menace, and then whenever you deal damage to an opponent, they have to discard a card.
Yeah.
So, kind of a really interesting double-sided effect. Like you can cast it all in one turn for 4, so that's really not that bad.
Right.
Yeah,
I know when we were playing Two-Headed Giant, there was a couple cards that made them discard, and then we had the artifact that you could replay a cycle.
Yeah.
And there was one that says target player discards 2 cards and played it again.
Yep.
And just devastated the control player.
Oh, yeah.
So you went after the control player, obviously, discard their hand, and they sit there going, I can't do anything. Well, good.
Exactly. Oh, man. Well, let's see. The other one that I pulled up that was like that. Well, I pulled up 2 other ones. This card I wasn't too big on when I went into Sealed, but now that I've actually played with it, Grinded Dust is actually pretty good. Paying 6 mana to exile 2 creatures really isn't that bad. You pay 3 to do it all the time. So.
Right. Do 2, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I wish that it was instant speed, of course, but that's being greedy, as I always am.
Uh-huh.
So, interesting card. It's
Get rid of those big blockers, and here come yours.
yeah.
No.
So on from that,
Which also, because of the other 2 formats or 2 abilities that can bring creatures back into play. One is a token of itself, and one is a token, but it's a 4/4.
yeah,
Those 2 abilities, and be able to get those out of the graveyard is a must.
yeah, especially in limited or the limited pool, I guess.
Exiling, they don't go to the graveyard.
So on from that, we've got Reason to Believe. First side is Scry 3. The aftermath is look at the top 3 cards of your library. Then I gotta turn my head. Put it onto our library. You may put. Sorry, I'm having a hard time. Look at the top card of your library. I think it's if it's a creature, you can put it into the battlefield without casting its mana cost, something like that. Interesting card. It can definitely get some really big bombs out there without having to pay a lot of mana. 5 mana.
Oh, yeah.
So if you've got like a Terrastodon on top of your library, 5 mana Terrastodon isn't bad. So
Nope.
interesting card.
I didn't even notice it up there.
Gosh, they are really kind of hard to read.
Yeah, once you turn them sideways,
Yeah, it's just like, wait, what does that say?
read it before you turn sideways.
So I know this is a favorite. We've got the
This had
Mirage
EDH written all over it. I saw those. Nuts.
It's broken as heck. I love that Neheb is on the artwork. I think that's really cool, especially since it shows him going into his Eternalized form, which is actually pretty awesome. So just a nice little lore thing there, I guess, story-wise. And then the card's just absolutely bonkers.
I'm painting up my dosage.
Like, you can copy all kinds of stuff. There's so many things that you can just, do at the end. And it really,
You can do it in instant speed.
Yeah.
Right?
Then it lasts until end of turn, so that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, here's the tank. I am going to have to hit it like that.
Okay, so I think we're getting close to wrapping up here. We've got a few lands to talk about, but that's about it. Eric got this one in our Two-Headed Giant pool. It's an interesting card. We never actually got to use it. It's kind of like a way to... There's a land that does something similar to this, but it doesn't tap for mana, which this has definitely the edge there. You pay 2, you exile target creature you control, and then if you pay 4 and then sacrifice this land, return each creature card exiled within the sands to the battlefield under its own control.
Yeah, I used to play that.
Yeah. You know which one I'm talking
Yes,
about.
because you put the creatures, it protects them. It's like, but yeah, then if that land dies, those creatures come out. So you would put those and then.
Except for this doesn't let that happen. You have to sacrifice them until you come back. So there's the downside there. It's almost like
But
a
it
Levy.
saved, if you knew there was a board wipe or you had a board wipe yourself, you could save a couple of your key creatures by putting them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then boom.
Unless, again, it's a Yokel Hops, and then you're just in big trouble.
But it blows up the land and those creatures exiled and then they would come back in.
No, it says sacrifice endless friends.
No, I'm talking about the other.
Oh, the other, yeah. That makes sense. I wish it said if
Safe
it leaves
haven.
play. Yeah, that's the one.
Safe haven.
Yeah. So on from that, go on to this guy here. This is kind of the exile land, I guess you'd call it. It's like the Bajuka bog that can happen multiple times when you're playing deserts, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. And we talked about that because Chukabog is a one-time pony, trick pony, but it's really bad to get it early. you don't want to be Chukabog in the opening hand.
Oh, yeah.
And it happens a lot. This one, who cares if it's not in the opening hand?
Well, especially, I was thinking about it with my Kozilek deck. Like, I mean, colorless land in that deck is fine. I don't mind that at all. So, really interesting card. I, look forward to pulling one and playing it.
I play Eldrazi Displacer, and sometimes I get caught without the ability to make colorless mana, and it sits there and does really nothing. But with the deserts, because most of them do tap for colorless, this card right here, I did play it, and it did help me.
Yeah. I know there are a lot of lands that do this type of effect, either by tapping a creature or, they're kind of like the Springleaf Drum lands.
Right. EDH, if you're playing a lot of colors, this is beneficial. There's a lot of lands that can do this type of effect. But it being a desert was one thing that was really helpful, and it triggered some of the things I did. I had the artifact that pings a guy every turn as long as you're in a desert, so this helped. And I did splash blue in with my black-white, and this saved me a couple times. I was able to cast something that I normally wouldn't have because I didn't have the blue mana.
Well, I think that's a big reason why we brought this up, too, is just because it is a desert. It's a little bit different from the other ones. It's, I don't know, deserts, once again, there's enough of them to do something with in EDH. I just don't know if it's worth to do that. There's not enough payoff cards quite yet. There may be at some point, but...
Yeah, what's in the future? What are they going to bring out?
Like, are they going back to Amonkhet at some point? Which, depending on how... I know it's a pretty popular theme. I don't know if it's popular enough to really go back to. I'm not sure.
So, that was something we never really discussed, Amonkhet and, Kamigawa.
Yeah.
Things like that, because there was a lot of similarities.
Well, and I think they said this was another top-down design, which makes sense, because it's got a lot of the same kind of, elements and maybe some of the same shortcomings, where it's just the theme may be more important than the mechanics kind of thing. Mechanics are fine, really, to be honest. I don't mind anything in here. I know the first half of the set, Amonkhet kind of felt like a core set to me, that power level, which isn't bad. It's just, I don't know, it felt kind of lukewarm, you know what I mean? Whereas, I don't know, Hour of Devastation to me is miles ahead of...
You actually bring up a real good point, because it was like a filler, because it helped with the vehicles, it helped with a lot of things from the previous set that,
It felt exactly like...
there was a lot of good cards in it, though.
It felt exactly like M15 to me.
Yeah.
Which is bizarre.
Yeah.
Because it's just this is an actual set, Which, I think we talked about this last time, or maybe me and Kylie talked about the time that we did the podcast, but it feels like almost they realized that with this set that, core sets are essential, almost.
Right, and they did announce that they're going to start doing it again. And, it's funny because Origins, it's funny how many times I've gone through and go, oh, that's an Origins card.
Well, Origins was an amazing set.
Yeah, and my zombie deck, that I built, I've got about 3 or 4 Origin cards.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how, the Flip Walkers, those cards are ridiculous. That, I don't know, that didn't feel like a core set, whereas that Amonkhet does feel like a core set. It's kind of weird. I don't know. It's interesting. Wizards will come up with something, I'm sure.
Yeah, and they did a complete turnabout, just recently in the rule changes of what they're planning on the next sets and how, they were going to the pairs and then no core set. Now they're going to do a core set, and now they're listening to people, and they need to. They're not that big clamor, like Sony or somebody says this is the way it's going to be, and oh my God, everybody quit. They're listening, and they're understanding what is needed. when it comes to the banning and the unbanning and this and that. So they're active. And that's great.
Which is, as all we can really
It
ask
ticks
for.
people off. Ticks a lot of people off. But, overall, the playability of the game, I think, from when it first started out, is so much better. Damage on the stack stuff, all the crazy things. And I had a lot of friends just quit playing because of all the rules, and the complexity was everybody's comprehension of one stack of spells and abilities was too hard to comprehend.
Well, and you need
they
to
simplified it, and I think it's a good way.
You need to make sure your players can enjoy playing the game.
I know the 1v1 commander rules.
Well, that's a big old debacle right now because no one knows what to do. Like, as far as like the ban list, like which one do we use?
The online gaming or
are we at 20 life? Are we at 30 life? Like, where are we?
I think going to 20 life. I know it makes things faster, but I just think that's
I think
a
we
bad
should
choice.
meet.
'Cause I think what it did is it shifted what decks you're going to play because of that.
Well, yeah, of course.
I mean, if you can gain life, that'd be pretty smart to play. If you can just do fast burn with red, that's what you're going to play. It's like,
I honestly think that the online rules are 30, the paper rules as they are right now are 20, but I don't even think the paper rules mean anything anymore. So I don't know. I think we should meet in the middle personally.
they
And do
released
25.
Painter's Servant into online.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But,
There's a lot of combos in there that are just bad.
oh yeah, blasting station.
Well, and
Or
there's
grinding station.
and then I know that they just banned Brainstorm, Ponder, and Serum Visions all in one swoop. Like that just like oh my
I
gosh.
just pulled a foil one in a Modern Masters thing.
I wish you could still play it in multiplayer. There you go. There's always
You see people playing Serum Visions and EDH?
No.
Yeah.
no.
Me either.
So anyway, I think we'll wrap it up there.
Great.
And as always, like, favorite, subscribe. We'll be back here in about 2 weeks. I don't know what we'll be talking about, but I'm sure it'll be something fun. And
something about EDH, obviously. And of course, if you guys got any ideas or something you want to hear about, or even deck ideas, we love to hear about different deck
like we
ideas.
talked about the 5-color curses. I mean, that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Do a whole episode on that.
Yeah, I remember Marshall. Level 5 judge.
Yeah.
He was talking about when they made all the different two cost charms or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he was going to build a deck with just every one of those in it. Okay, with 4 of them. It was going to have 4 of every one in there.
5-color. I don't even know. Anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Take care.